Today we're going to answer a very quick question someone had about monotone flops. They had a question that in a tournament, in a button versus big blind spot, why were they c-betting so much when the big blind had more flushes? So let's have a quick look at the button strategy here. You can see this is our button range that's opening, big blind's going to call, and this is the range that calls from the big blind. We're going to pick a monotone board. Let's pick a Jack 7-2. Big blind's going to check their range, and the button we're going to c-bet quite a lot. You see 82% overall. Now the question was, if we have a look at the number of flushes, we see 38 flushes for the button here, and we see for the big blind 39 flushes. However, we don't just want to focus on the absolute number of combinations of hands, because overall the big blind has a lot more hands than the button is in this case. And when we focus in on the concentration of flushes, their flushes make up 4.91% of their range, whilst the button has 6%, almost 6% of flushes being their range. The button has more in the way of the top end, and in general when we go through the rest of the range, when we think about all of the strong hands and even the weaker hands, for example, just 21% of the button's range is nothing. When we look at the big blind, we can see 38% of their range is nothing, and they don't really have too much in the way of sets and over pairs and the like. So we can see a pretty clear top end advantage when we focus in on those hands from the button. When we look at those hands from the big blind and we look at their 2-pair plus, there's a lot fewer of them, and that's one of the reasons why the button is almost range c-betting on this board. And if you ever to play a spin and go, I recommend them. Monotone boards are the highest c-bet button versus big blind boards that they are when you think about the flops tonality, which suits are there. More than rainbow boards and more than two-tone boards. Hopefully that was interesting. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more on Lucid Poker. Cheers.